The world's top 10 most subversive natural wonders. The power of the Earth. In 4.60 billion years, carve out many wonders that subvert human cognition. From the fires of hell that burn for half a century, desert giant ketones visible from space. From the optical illusion of swallowing seawater, to the eternal thunderstorm matrix. These landscapes are alternative interpretations of the laws of nature. More crustal movement, elemental reaction, a visual epic written together by life evolution. Hello, I am Boru. Let's take a look today. The world's most subversive natural wonders. No. 10. The Great Waterfall. Hidden between Iceland and Greenland, under the cold and dark sea, hidden is the most magnificent waterfall on Earth. A vertical fall of up to 3,505 meters. It's like a current on any land, but it pours down in silence. It was 17,500 to 11,500 years ago when the carved Denmark Strait falls. Dense, cold, deep Arctic waters had a staggering flow rate of about 3.20 million cubic meters from the seafloor up to 160 kilometers. Leap off the cliff. That's 30 times the flow of the Amazon River, enough to fill 6 billion liters of water per second. Until the end of the 20th century, multi-wave tree sonar detection, the figure of this underwater giant was revealed for the first time. Before that, except for the most sophisticated instrument, no one knows of his existence anymore. This invisible giant, the ocean conveyor belt that is silently driving the Earth. It regulates our climate. Beneath the undulating sea, a secret drama is playing out. The icy waters of the Greenland Sea and the Norwegian Sea. The maximum density is reached when the temperature approaches 4 degrees Celsius. After meeting the warmer inland waters, along the way it's called Greenland, Iceland's raised underwater ridge, filing layer by layer. That heavier part of the water is rushing all the way down, about 3 kilometers, 3 times the drop of Angel Falls. But no thunderous roar. No white waves. Its existence, it shows up only in subtle changes in temperature and salinity. Depth of electrified temperature. CTD probe, an autonomous underwater glider, after more than 10 years of painstaking exploration, just caught it little by little. Scientists compare it to a giant, silent water pump, every second, enough to flood Niagara Falls. 2,000 rounds of seawater poured into the deep sea, nurturing the deep waters of the North Atlantic. Push that, giant circulation transporting heat and nutrients. Without this hidden waterfall, Europe's temperate climate, the abundance of North Atlantic fisheries, maybe it will be unrecognizable. However, the most amazing, but he leaves no trace in the waves. Even if scientific research ships sail over the strait, it's hard to see this deep sea pour. Multi-wave digital sonar with resolution to depict the 200-kilometer fall, enough to swallow an entire fleet. Leave no ripple. As early as the 1990s, during the investigation, the instrument was almost torn apart by the river. The rope is cut. The flow meter is also broken, like a broken branch, a vivid testament to the amazing power of this undercurrent. The 9th Devil's Eye. China Qinghai Blind Tooth Aiken Spring, known as the Devil's Eye. What's subversive is the rusty red spring, continuous gushing, poisonous spring water of sulfur and iron. From an aerial perspective, radial texture formed by sulfide oxidation, like coagulants staring at the Earth. It's over 10 meters in diameter, a spring deeper than a kilometer. The water temperature remains around 30 degrees Celsius all year. The spewing height can reach half a meter. Geothermal activity will affect the depth of the formation. Iron sulfide pushed to the surface. Oxidation reactions make the spring water surround rusty red and wash in the current. Under the brush, a pupil pattern is formed that spreads outward. The cold current concentration of spring water is highly corrosive, and nothing grows around it. Birds accidentally touched and poisoned to fall. Common animal carcasses of total rebellion. The formation of Aiken Spring is related to the deep fault zone. Geologists speculate it may be connected to the cryogenic dark nucleus. Neotectonic movements tilt aquifers, promote the upwelling of high-pressure groundwater in rock fault fissures. Although the mystery of its origin has not been fully solved, but this eye of the Earth has relied on the visual impact of alien landforms, become the weirdest on the Zhejiang Plateau, one of the great geological wonders. 8th place, Dallol Thermal Zone. Dallol Thermal Zone, Ethiopia, renowned for subversive visual wonders on the alien surface. Its sulfur springs and salt lakes weave yellow on the hills, green, red, orange, and other fluorescent patches, like a palette splashed by an alien artist. This blazing area in the Denajal Depression, it's over 50 degrees centigrade all year round. Subsurface magma continues to heat. Infiltrating rainwater forms 100 degrees Celsius. Acid hydrothermal vents, pH as low as -1.5, erupting a corrosive liquid containing 50% salt. The volcanic activity will submerge the rock to kilometers. Later uplift dissolved potassium salts. Minerals like ferric chloride come to the surface with hot springs. Colored salt crystals form when sunlight evaporates water. The newly formed rock is white. Iron oxide gradually precipitates and turns red. Sulfide reacts with metal oxides. Then yellow-green patches are formed. Despite the extreme environmental temperatures, strong acids and high salts were once considered a forbidden zone for life. But new research has found that municipal microorganisms metabolize elements such as iron. Red and green minerals form in some areas. Sediment floats over the core thermal zone. It may still be due to multiple extreme conditions. Stack and remain lifeless. Become a scientist to study the poles of life on Earth. Limited natural laboratory. 7th place, Blue Ice Tunnel. Antarctic Blue Ice Tunnel. Glacier movement and optical phenomena. A wonder created together. Its subversion lies under the 5-meter-high ice moon. Sharp scattering occurs when sunlight penetrates dense ice. After filtering out the red and yellow light waves, only the blue light render the entire tunnel into a cold fantasy of Usui. Like liquid sapphire embedded in a white dessert. Stone science. This blue light effect originates from the melting water inside the glacier. Seasonal changes in the channel. Summer meltwater flows along the ice system to form tubular cavities. The cold winter temperatures refreeze it. Ice crystals are densely packed under high pressure. The internal bubble content is extremely low. When light penetrates through the ice, shorter wavelength blue light is trapped by ice structure preferred scattering. Red light is absorbed. The length of the ice tunnel can reach 150 meters. The ice wall is translucent with layers of grains. This is the glacier melting year after year. Growth rings formed by freezing cycles. It is worth noting that this type of freezing is highly unstable. With global warming, each year, about 30% of known, the ice tunnel collapses or displaces. Make every blue ice tunnel a turning point, a fleeting piece of natural art. The 6th place is the realm of the sky. Bolivian Marsh of Uyuni, also known as the Sky Realm, renowned for subversive natural wonders. It is in the rainy season from December to March of the following year. 12,000 square kilometers of mirrored landscape. Cover the crust with thin layers of stagnant water. Reflectance up to 90%. Completely dissolve the boundaries of heaven and earth. Form an illusion of water and sky. This phenomenon originated from the ancient lake about 40,000 years. Palm King Lake, rock crust left behind by the dry river. The average thickness of the rock formation is 226. The surface flatness errors only within 1 meter. To become the world's most ideal optical reflector. The formation of the corner of the eye. The Sierras are closely related. Crustal movement. The bone arc is elevated and gradually evaporates, eventually leaving behind a rock crust dominated by salt and gypsum. Its extremely high reflectivity and flatness. It's used by NASA and others to calibrate rockers. Satellite altimeter. Verify the accuracy of satellite measurements. The judgment is strict. Surface formable polygonal crack networks. It reveals another kind of geometric beauty. And the rational resources contained in the reserves account for about half of the world. Make the area both natural and wonders and strategic resource value. 5th place, a needle, volcanic blue lava. Blue lava from the Ijen volcano in Indonesia. Famous for the orchid flames that erupt at night, it overturned people's traditional understanding of volcanic magma. High concentrations of sulfur gas released from the crater. When underground magma heats sulfur deposits, elements are vaporized and rise with volcanic fissures. When the surface temperature reaches 600 degrees Celsius, sulfur gas comes into contact with oxygen in the air, naturally released. Blue spectrum with wavelengths in the 400 to 500 nanometer range form a cold blue flame. This blue flame is not the color of the magma itself. It's the unique optics of burning sulfur. This is particularly noticeable at night. Crater. At the same time, there are the most acidic volcanic lakes in the world. pH 0.5. The surrounding area holds the potential to release hydrogen sulfide and oxidiomus of polytoxic gases. Make the mind palace timber rapid swangs. Wear a gas mask. Working an average of 2 hours a day only earns about 2.5 euros. Long-term exposure to life expectancy of less than 50 years. The Line of Wonders has become a hot spot for geological but steep. The terrain and toxic gases caused multiple falls. For example, in 2024, Chinese tourists fell off the death incident. 4th place, Catatumbo lightning. Catatumbo, Venezuela lightning for eternity. Storm famous. Its subversion is reflected in the average annual 260 days of thunderstorms, up to 280 bursts per hour. The length of the lightning arc can reach 5 kilometers. Strength up to 400,000. Blue and purple lightning flashes across the night sky. Keep lighting for 10 hours. Clearly visible from 400 kilometers away. Known by navigators as the Maracaibo Lighthouse. Scientifically, and this is due to a unique combination of geography and climate. The cold of the Andes Mountains. Air and Caribbean warmth. Airflow at night. Meeting in the Lake Maracaibo Basin. The water vapor evaporated from the lake surface is excited by Taisheng, and ice crystals collide with water droplets in clouds to generate electrostatic current. At the same time, methane released by decomposition of organic matter in swamp gas rises to the clouds. The discharge intensity is significantly enhanced due to its ionization property. The basin is surrounded by mountains on 3 sides, forcing the air currents to hedge violently. Keep the thunderstorm system in place for a long time. The region passes through lightning and produces about 10% of the world's tropospheric ozone. However, in 2010, extreme drought causes lightning to interrupt events for 5 weeks. It also reveals its ecological fragility. Although methane's role remains controversial, No similar phenomenon was observed in other high methane regions, but the Earth's largest natural generator is still years old, discharge frequency exceeding 1 million times, to study the atmosphere, a living laboratory for electric snow in extreme weather. Third place, Eye of the Earth. Sahara-Richard structure. Also known as the Eye of the Earth, it is the most striking geological wonder on Earth. 1. Its subversion is reflected in the giant 48-kilometer diameter, concentric circle landform clearly visible from space, like a mysterious giant child staring into the universe. This structure, shaped by geological movements from Paleozoic to Mesozoic, about 100 million years ago, the splitting of the Fan continent caused magma to invade the Earth's crust, formation of Jonosaurus Formation, and then tens of millions of years of differential erosion, glass surface soft rock, exposing hard rock formations that resist. Finally, the central area of the concentric circle structure is formed. Domains formed by volcanic activity, grain salt, and sulfur thermosalt, about 30 kilometers in diameter, which contains boleo-carbonate, salt veins, and gold leaf grain salt invaders. Peripheral ring single-sided mountain. Then it will be timed by Ordau, sandstone, and sedimentary rock formation. Due to the formation inclination of 10 to 20 degrees and the difference in rock, forming stepped eroded landforms. The structure was initially mistaken for a crater, but there is no evidence of impact quartz, now confirmed to be magmatic activity inside the Earth, and ground erosion, product of interaction. Its precise circular characteristic. It remains a mystery of geological acupoints fully solved to this day. The Gates of Hell. Turkmenistan's Gate to Hell. Darwaza gas pit. It is the most stunning man-made on Earth, one of the geological wonders. Its subversion is reflected in the giant 69 meters in diameter. The fire pit has been burning for more than 54 years. By 2025, the flame could reach a height of 10 meters. Golden light is visible in space at night, like a portal embedded in the Karakum Desert. Scientifically, this phenomenon originated in 19th Soviet Geological Exploration Act. Drilling equipment accidentally triggers underground natural gas hole overhang to prevent the spread of toxic methane. Scientists ignite gas, but the flavor in the region, linked to incredible natural gas fields. It is estimated that the burning has caused the value to $50 billion of natural gas. The fire inside the pit is dominated by methane, more than 90% of the gas composition, with abnormal concentrations of ethane and propane, total 35%. These gases pass through the Rhine 400 meters underground, liquid exposing rock fracture, continuous exudation. Although the government of Turkmenistan has tried many times to put out the flames, such as official actions in 2010 and 2022. However, due to the complexity of the underground gas train and the combustion mechanism is unstable, both failed. The fire pit has now become a global adventure tourism hotspot. Visitors can experience the desert with a professional guide, camping while scientists continue to study geological features, discovered its microscopic the impact of leakage points on regional greenhouse effect, and provide unique observation samples for the development of liquid salt gas. No. 1. Phantom Falls. Mauritius seabed Phantom Falls, renowned for subversive visual wonders. Its essence is ocean currents and light refraction, dynamic illusion of interaction. When viewed from above, white calcareous sand cascades down the steep slope of the continental shelf, under the superposition of dark trenches and sunlight refraction, forming the illusion of a giant beast swallowing seawater. This phenomenon is due to the unique sea and land structure. About 1 million years ago, the island of Mauritius formed by volcanic eruption. Its southwest waters are as deep as 3,500 meters of steep seabed. The difference between the edge of the continental shelf and the trenches up to here the Hegarth current collides with the seafloor, form a strong vortex, white calcium in shallow waters. The sand continues to push at a speed of 1.5 meters per deep sea gully. When the noon sun enters at 45 to 60 degrees, when the refractive index difference of seawater to light, shallow white yarn presents silver-white flowing texture, and the deep blue trench absorbs light to form a visual black hole. The dynamic edge at the junction of the two is simulated. Waterfall effect. Scientific monitoring shows about 5 billion tons of sediment pass through this area every year. Optical channel injection into the deep sea. The temperature extended circulation. Adjustable Indian Ocean. The temperature difference in the southern waters reaches to 2-3. At the same time maintain the balance of dissolved oxygen concentration. This particular address, ocean lotus route, and system have been found in 6 places. Denmark Strait Falls. But the Mauritius version has a 300 to 1 visual gap. Amplification effect. The actual physical drop is about 20 meters, and high transparency in tropical waters become the only tail observable from space. Waterfall wonder. And that's what this episode is all about. Thanks for watching.